Hi, Miss Military Paul, and I'm back now. I've had a break, not a break as such, I've had a break from filming. The Weasel I've got completed now. It fooled me all the way in the way of the parts to get them to actually line up properly, and I was trimming even the screen at the front. I had to shave some stuff off one side and keep test fit until I get it done. Then when I finally got that in place, near the end, I mucked up the screen. I touched it with a bit of glue, and there was a great big dab, a little bit of glue in the middle of the screen, and it was just terrible. Luckily, because I'd used another kit to rebuild the chassis at the beginning of the build, if you remember, I actually had the spare screen, so I built that up and then resprayed, masked it again, and resprayed put the bits on. I used the bits from the other screen because that was easy enough to do, and because they were painted, and put them on and repainted them, and obviously spraying the screen. The wipers again, very fiddly. But what I did is on those, I actually used a part of the sprue. I cut them off on the sprue, but I released one end and cleaned it up, and basically then had where the little circle is where you attach it to the screen, which is most very flat in the first place, I think. But anyway, I attached it to the screen. I actually left the little tab on there near there, so I could actually hold it and put it onto tweezers to actually spray the part. I hand paint the parts, so I do the hand paint it, because I put some Mr. Surfacer on it first, and then I did the colours afterwards, and then let it dry, and then cut it off the sprues, and then painted that little bit that was left uncovered, and sorted that out, and put them on. And they're very small. I think they've been better in plastic, to be honest, but they are very small, and they're on there. You'll most probably see them when I actually show you in a minute. And so, but the colours I use, I think I've already showed that in one of the previous videos, is olive drab, olive drab, and then their faded version, where that number is RC023, and then I use RC024, which is the faded version. So, and then I added in the spray cup, I just put a couple of dabs of a buff XF57 Tamiya, and that basically worked out really well as well. So it gives it, and I done that cut times to lighten it, cut times, and sprayed red, and you'll see that's where it is, and it looks really nice, really good in when you look at it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm really pleased about it. I've got the centre chair must have moved slightly, and it's slightly off kilt, but then again, I presume if it was in the vehicle, it could have had that problem in there as well. I don't know, but anyway, but it's very slightly, but it is there. And I'll make sure I get that levelled off next time and keep an eye on it. But there you go. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be coming back on my Jeep next, which is it that one? Yeah, it's in this box. You can just about see it through the glass. So I'll be coming back on that, and for now, and then I'll be starting our build with Greg with the next buddy build, which is he's doing a 35th version of the same one as I'm doing, which is 1/16. And so I'm back into one of the bigger kits again, and I can do a lot of filming on that and show you bits and pieces. All the cleaning up I won't do, obviously, on camera. I started off a bit and then say, right, that's it, because when you're filming long segments and then your space is just sanding, it's a bit pointless. But I can show the spraying sessions occasionally as well on that as well. This one I enjoyed spraying, I've got to be honest, getting the tones right and going around and mixing the paint down to fade it slightly. I really enjoyed it. I like the look of the vehicle now it's completed, but I was really worrying that it wasn't going to look too good, but I think it looks just good enough. One thing I will do on the next one is on the back deck, where you've got and I think it's on the flat side on the other vehicle, the shorter version, the one without all the big floats on the front and back. I think the tools would be easier to put the clamps on. I got some 3D clamps, well, not clamps, they're actually straps, and I did do one on the rod on the side, the actual bar, the a push-off bar, I'm going to call it, for what thing, and basically it's metal, and it must have been painted green, because you can't see how it being wood, and just the point of the spike at the end, it just looks all metal, so, on all the pictures I've seen. So all I did is I put a strap one end. When it goes into a hole one end, I can understand how that's supported, but the other end it was just laying on a little edge. So what I've done is I put a strap in, as you'll see it when you look at the photographs. I'm going to take some photographs and do a little quick video of it, and then put some photographs up if I I remember. And that'd be it. So anyway, I don't want to keep this going on too long. I'm just sorry about all the updates that you would have missed as I went through the build, and just to get it done. So thank you very much for watching this one anyway, and now down to the bench to see the actual completed Weasel. Right, we're back. We're on the bench now. This is in the afternoon now. I did my headshot, as I call it, in the morning, and there she is. She's actually done, as you can see, and I've got the headlight in, as I think I mentioned. I was waiting for it to dry, and that's done. I'll go up higher in a minute so you can see, but you can see it's sort of tonal differences there. Got the fire extinguisher I've done, as I said, I did in brass, because a lot of those were brass. The small pump action ones were, as far as I know, and the British ones definitely were, because I know the Lloyd carriers all had them, and some of the actual tanks did as well. So I went with the brass. And plus it does give it a lot of distinction out the front. The decals went on well, and a little touch of silvering round here, but I used I don't know whether I've got it available here. Let's have a look. It's a rosy riveter tool, really, for putting rivets on aircraft or anything, really. And what I did is the blue one had a bit of blue ones had a bit of silver in. So what I did is, when it was dry, I run the riveter over it, not pushing hard, just run it across the surface, and it makes little holes into the decal. And then I put the microset back on it, and that solved the problem, which was good. Really happy the way the seats come out inside, apart from one side is slightly crooked. You might just be able to see that there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch off a couple of seconds and come a bit higher so you can see in. Right, we're back, and as you can see, the seats look really nice. I've done 2 tones of the using this set, the khaki paint set from Andrea. There it is. Oh, if I just put that, I'll put it here like this, you should be able to see it. There it is. It's got that there, but it's all for khaki and American and everything. So it's a good set. I really do like it. And when it gets near the end, I'll get some more of those. But there you go. So, but the decals went on well, and now you can see a bit more in there, and you can see the tonal differences in it. When I sprayed, like I said earlier, I think I showed the paints earlier on, when I did the olive drab and then the faded olive drab, and then I put buff khaki 57, I think it was. Yeah, XF57 into the paint, because they do mix really well with this, because they're all lacquers as well. And but when I was using the lacquer paints, that's what I used, and perfect. And I got tonal differences all over the place, which was really nice. And yep, and then I gave it a matte coating, but it's still got a slight shine on this, but I'm not worried, because most probably I'm going to say that's basically what would have happened to someone if you rub up against something. It shines paints up anyway. The shovels at the back, pleased with those as well, but the only thing is that I would have put a strap near the shovel, just about there, and on the axe the other end as well. It would have given it a bit more support with the fact that that's where it's been held down in place. And I have 3D ones, and when we get round to the other side, you'll see the one I put on the actual I call it a pike, but basically it's most probably for doing the tracks or pushing themselves off of banks. And I thought they would be wood on this, but there's actually, I think they're metal, so I've done it metal, and if I ever find it's wood, I can still go in and touch it up and get it sorted out, so that's okay. That's it. So we get round him. The actual build of the kit, the reason I think I said earlier on about all the bits and pieces had trouble, so I'm really pleased how it turned out in the end. But that was because I didn't have to keep switching the camera off, and I was just tweaking it, put it in, tweaking it, putting it in, and doing it all the time. And as I said, the video would have been too long if I'd have done it any other way. So coming around this way, and I think you can see the instruments now. There we go. The instruments are in there, and all the decals. There's every decal I should have put on, I have put on. Which is okay, and in some ways I wish I'd done the first aid one, because you've had a lovely bright red on it, but I'm not worried. I think you can do that on the other one, the one with the pontoons at the front. The pontoons do give it a different look, I must admit, but I like the smaller version as well, because I think there may have been more of those. But this is the M29C, and the other one is just the M29. And then I think the the actual Arctic version is still called just called an M29 Weasel. So, but it's based on the C version. So I don't know whether they would have called it C Antarctic or whatever. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's the M29. There are all three Weasels that I've got anyway. But this is the one I finished. So coming around again, inside there I sprayed. I even done a rubber belt. There's a belt that goes down to the engine, and I made that put into that black. I'm not sure whether it was black, but to me honest, I think that's what it would have been. It can't be anything else really from in that period. So it goes round, and then you can see the instruments, and all the windscreen has got its wipers on. Sorry, I've just knocked the tripod. And all got their decals on the windscreen, and the handle that goes in the middle, I'd put it upright because I think it looked better like that. I could have done it slightly twisted to left and right. Then you've got the windscreen motors. You can actually see those two on the bottom. If you can see this side, you can see two motors, and the faint cable on the actual windscreen takes you around. And that's okay. I masked them by hand. It was easy enough. I used one of those I'll get it out. No, I won't. But you know what I mean, a tri-square one. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. I won't cut that out. Anyway, so basically what we got here then is the shovels, and you can see there was no actual strap holding it down. It would have been a strap, but quite really pleased with that. And coming around a bit further, give you a bit more of an angle, you can see the actual decals. Then there's 3 decals on the screen, and on the radio there's decals and all. And I don't think you can faintly see any red there. There is a bit of red on the top there and a bit below. And yeah, I think you'll be able to see it on the big screen. I'm watching that on the screen up there, so that worked out really well. Come back around. The rudders, pain in the butt, as I say. I was going to say butt. Anyway, a bit of a pain because they didn't line up. I wanted them. Obviously they're not going to be perfectly lined up, but I wanted them lined up, as I'm going to show there, like that, at least there to the rear. And I had to. The actual instructions don't really give you a lot of precise where it goes. So for the actual, they're on the right places. But what I did is. Excuse me, I thought I hadn't got my microphone on. And I put one of the top bars joins up, one on the but both on the outside. That lined them up. If I'd have done it the other way, I'd have had a screw width paddle. So that's what I did. I will look on the photograph. There's one at Duxford. I've got a photograph of it, but I can't see the paddles. But I'm happy because it looks straight, and who's going to know anyway, apart from the fact that I've told you. Got an aerial there, and I was tempted to cut that off and make it larger. Now the grill for the actual exhaust pipe, you can see perfectly there, and you can see I did actually rust the pipe before I put it in there. I used 2 or 3 tones of rust, but I think that looks about right for it. And the mesh there, I could have made that dirty, and I'm thinking about doing a bit of weathering on this, but I might do the amphibious vehicles I've got. Like the German triple, the 166, I think it was. Oh no, that's the standard one, the later one. I've got this. I've got this, the Weasel. I've got the one that looks like a duck, but a small version, the 4-man crew one, a Tamiya one to build. I've got the Tamiya Kubelwagen, not Kubelwagen, the Swolswagen as well. I think that one is called 166. And so I've got quite a few small vehicles that are amphibious to build, and I really like them because they're something different, and they're floaty things, which is good. So getting a lot of joy out of these. Like I said, this one was frustrating, but at the end of the day, I think how I got it in the end, we're tweaking it. You can see, and there's the light, and it's still a bit not dry in there. You can see a little bit. Whoops! I keep knocking that. You can still see. I can still see a little bit of the actual. What do you call it, the white glue or the micro crystal clear, and that will take ages to dry, but it will dry. But I'm really pleased how I got it done, so that's okay. And yeah, so I think really we're there now. If I can get the radio a bit there, oh yeah, you can see the red now and the radio in there. So there, I think I can. That's all I can say. But all I can do is apologise for not showing the build process through it. As I said, I got so frustrated, and I'm really sorry about that. It's just one of those things. So I'm going to call it quits now. I think this little video has gone to 20 minutes. I think looks like that. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, 20 minutes and 31 seconds it says. So right, I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to put it back around this way, and I'll leave it like that, and I'll catch you on the next update. Now I'm going back to the Jeep, as I said, so the Tammy 135th Jeep, carry on with that a little bit. It's got some photo edge and that I'm going to be putting on that, and I've made a few tweaks which you'll see when I start, but I will start off video for it as well, not just to show you where I am. Anyway, so thank you very much again, and again apologies. Oh, I didn't show you that. Let's go back the other side. There it is. You can see the strap. There's a strap there. There's a one of those fabric ones that the Americans use, and I know I've got a 3D version of it, so that's what I'll do. I might as well leave it like this now, and it's got a nice version of it, view. So that's it. But they've seen that, and if I ever find out that it's wood, I will make it wood to that end and do it. It would look nice with a bit of wood colour again, but yeah. Happy modelling everyone, and again sorry for the fact that I didn't build it on camera so much this time, but I will be carrying on building on camera anyway, because I do enjoy it. It's just but when it gets frustrating, when you're having fit issues and trying to get the fit to make it look really nice, it's a bit of a pain, as it were. Right, thank you, happy modelling, stay safe. And Ron Calvary's doing a great job on his submarine. He's on the clear bit at the end, and I agree with him in the end. Leaving it clear is the best idea for seeing all that detail. The only thing is, he said he could do was the top deck, and that's the bit I would do, because I think I mentioned it once on one of the comments, is to paint the deck colour the same, because you won't be able to look down and see any wires from the top anyway. Right then, happy modelling, catch you on the next one.